Dario Argento. Right. As I said, I'm sure a lot of you are going to go out and buy the book. And but essentially, I mean, why now? I mean, you could have written the book quite some time. You've had lots of offers.
Journalists, historical critics write lots of things about me, about my films, my life, my story. The most are not true. At the moment, I want to say how the story was, how the real story. I want to tell the real story of my films, my story, my life, for this reason I start to write. It was long.
You took a long time.
Yes, long time. No, 1 hour, 1 year and a half. Yes, because many things don't happens. Is not on the book. For the spirit of this book, I read the autobiography of Ingmar Bergman, the Lantern Magic Lantern.
Yes.
Magic Lantern was marvelous book. He was so pessimistic, so sad, and also he tell the stories very embarrassing. Very yes. You say what did he say? He tell when was very young, he was a Nazi. He was for Nazi, yes. He write this one without, without any vergogna. I want to do a book with the real story, with the real. Also something not so good for me.
No, you're very honest in
yes, I try.
Try
to.
I was surprised at the amount of detail you give away about a lot of your life that I've never heard you speak about before. So it was very interesting to read those bits. I mean, so you have, because I think you have to do it, don't you? You have to say, well, if this is it, I better do it properly, as opposed to
Yes, it's also. I say something very embarrassing. I was sometimes I was I take drugs, not for a long time, but for a moment I was. Also the story of love stories, so confused, so no great, and the moment when I try to suicide me, I don't know why. I don't know why I want to suicide me, to jump from the window. I follow a suggestion of a doctor, a young doctor. He say, what's it your suggestion? I have an attraction from this window in front of my bed. An attraction the night before to go to sleep. Every night I want to go. At the moment he says, you put the armor.
the wardrobe.
Yes. In front of the window, like a close.
A barrier.
Yes, because when do you want to suicide? The moment, it was a moment. It's a moment. It's very fast. You want to suicide with me, and you go. If you must to table,
Yeah, right.
Finish.
And in those moments, you'll
Yes,
forget it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, you open the book with that, of course, with that particular moment, and then
Yes.
you actually return to it. So it's almost like you're actually reflecting. We're all supposed to see, aren't we, when we die, all our life just pass in front of us.
Yeah.
So I thought it very much in those terms,
Yeah.
to see, when you go through it.
Yes, yes. And after this, I started to tell my stories when I was very young. I was child with my mother. The relation with my mother. My mother was a photographer, very famous photographer in Italy, and specialized in the portrait of the actress, female. For this reason, maybe I discover maybe are so many female in my films because when I was young, was finished the school. School was close to the studio of my mother. I finished the school. I go to the studio of my mother, and I do the studies. She put me in a room who the actress.
Oh, I see, like a green room, with a makeup room, like a makeup room.
Yes, makeup room. Yes,
Sorry.
makeup. She also changed, yes, vest, and I stayed there. I have still the smell of sweet smell of the makeup, and then see my mother put the light on the actress, and every day 3, 4 different women, marvelous for me, really divine, fantastic. And when I start to do director, when I have the first actress in front of me, for me it was very easy. And also the actress are very confident with me because I understand the women actors in my films are female. But maybe for this reason, maybe or some other reason too, but I don't remember this other.
So would you say then that your mother was the most important person in your life, more than your father, because of his?
Yes, my father was producer.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. But when I start to 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 write films and then I want to direct the first. My father was not so happy, but because he loves the films with the politics important. Then tell the story, the Italian story. Blah, blah, blah.
My favourite bit of the book, because I was so unfamiliar with it, was your writing career for Paese Sera. I mean, and how all that came about. I mean, I think that is actually, I was fascinated by all of that, because you do wonder how you suddenly got from being the journalist, to like meeting Sergio Leone and then suddenly sort of doing your first film. So, I mean, I thought that was great, all that stuff.
Yes, I met a lot of people. I met when I was a journalist, when I was a critic, no, it was just see a film, but it was important for me because I saw 1,000 films, really. And then this is this, I say to the when the young guys say me, how is possible to be a director, films director? I say, look, the school is important, okay, but the most important are to see films, many films, 1,000 films, and see 10 times, 20 times every film, because the, you start to understand how the camera move, the actors, the colors. You understand everything. Well, especially when I was a teenager, I was in France. It was important period of my life because I study normally study in the school in France, in Paris, and in the afternoon I'm free, and I was I discovered the Cinematheque, the French Cinematheque in Paris, and I see every day 2 or 3 films, and I see films, also silent films, black and white, old films, films, masterpiece. People forget completely. Forget. I discover maybe lesson. Then when I was director, I put in my films.
What do you consider your greatest achievement? I mean, was it Bird with a Crystal Plumage because it was your film? Was it Suspiria because it had so much of a worldwide? I mean,
first of all, I very difficult. I see my film after finish.
Really?
So I don't see them.
So that's it.
I have not in my house. I have not my films. No, friends comes and say, "It's possible to see the moment." Okay, buy the DVD and look, and look because I have not all the time. Look again, look back. No, you must to think something in the future.
So when you wrote about the films in the book, I mean, was that hard for you to do?
Was difficult, yes. Sometimes also was embarrassing, very embarrassing. And I say maybe these things I don't write, and then I say no. People must to know my real conscience, my real nature, and I want to tell everything. Also
Well, speaking of looking to the future, I mean, I'm going to really reveal something that Dario told me today, that he is actually working on a new giallo, and if you are familiar with one of the films that he never got made because of major sort of like court problems and legal problems with the Cecchigori studio, it's called Occhiali Neri, which is black sunglasses essentially, and you always regretted never making that, and you were so close, and now it looks like the next year you are actually going to be doing it, and I think this is great news, I have to say. I mean, so
I actualize the films because it was old. I write 20 years ago.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
All right. Well, listen. I'm going to leave it because we really don't have that much time. But I'm going to ask you. I mean, a bit of a silly question, really.
Yes.
But if you had to choose a song that described your life, would it be "Je ne regrette rien"? Or would it be "My Way"?
Yes.
Or would it be something like "Somewhere Over the Rainbow"? Or would it be "La Dolce Vita"? What would it be?
No, not. I like My Way song sing from Sid Vicious.
And I'm sorry, that is the most perfect end. Well, that was the right thing to say, Dario, and I'm really, really thrilled you said that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to be there. Also, this time I I was sincere, really. I try when I speak with the audience, especially the young audience I see the most. I try to be really something true on my soul, my life.
And that
This is my
something-
life.
And this is something you've done for the whole of your life. And it's us who really appreciate it. And I mean, for me personally, you have changed my life, and you know that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.